All right, so let's start it. How should we start this up?
I'm like, it's already started.
Welcome to the Repercussion Studios podcast.
Ooh.
I am Andrew. I am one of the engineers here at Repercussion Studios.
Yep.
And
Boss man. And I'm AJ, also known as Logic the Beat Man, another engineer here at Repercussion Studios. Happy to be a part of the
producer.
ever-growing family here. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we're expanding so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're growing tremendously. And I feel like it's like when you really want to give, start giving instead of just trying to take, you really start to grow.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a blessing. Yeah. And our team's been getting bigger.
Yo.
Team's been getting bigger. We got Justin helping out today.
Shout out to Justin.
Yeah, Jimmy and Fred too. Loving
Heck
those
yeah.
guys. Man, those guys grinding. Grinding.
And welcome aboard, George.
Oh yeah, George as well. George been busy. George been busy.
He's booked and busy.
Man,
Ain't that what they say?
It's amazing. It's amazing, man.
Again, name's AJ, known as Logic the Beat Man. Been producing for such a long time that I feel uncomfortable even saying how long. Like it's one of them type numbers.
Yeah,
Man, I had that moment the other day, and this is a quick sidebar. Birthday's coming up, right? So I'm
Happy
sitting
birthday.
here and I'm just, oh, thank you, Doc. So I'm sitting here, I'm just like, dang. It was like a piece of candy or something my wife had, Vanessa. She had, and I was like, dang, I haven't had this. Oh, Mike and Ike's. I was like, yo, I haven't had Mike and Ike's in like 20 years. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, dang, I really mean that. Like 20
Mike and
years?
Ike's.
Bro?
Mike and
That's
Ike's.
great. Yeah, Mike and Ike's, bro. I haven't
my
had
gosh.
them in forever.
Yeah, I get them every so often at the dollar store. So
But yeah, so been producing for like well over a decade. I've been engineering for just as long. But I first started out as a DJ. I was in diapers running around chasing my dad, trying to be just like him, scratching and all that.
what were some of the records you were listening to back then? I feel like that defines your music taste in a way.
When I was young, I'm like, it was all old school to like 90s hip hop.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I grew up listening to Wu-Tang. Like, grew up listening to
Which album?
Jungle Brothers.
What was your first Wu-Tang album? Where did you start off?
Oh, so I feel like,
The one that influenced you most, actually.
oh, Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah, me too.
That Forever, the double disc?
And the DVD?
Yes.
And you go through the mansion?
This is, this is how, like, back then I was like, dang, yo. Like,
Yeah,
I just,
me too, yeah.
That was a crazy, and I remember my dad got the double disc like 2 or 3 days early because he
snap.
was cool with the guy at the record
store?
store. Yeah. Got the CD and listened to us like, oh, you get it early, right? Yeah, because we knew someone in the store.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got that joint, came to the basketball court and was showing everybody. You remember opening up the books? Bro?
Oh, yeah.
Like we sat there, we ain't play no basketball for the rest of the day. Like what? We sat there reading the book. Like,
Oh, man. Just
Yeah,
the
that was the
lyrics.
one.
Some of them would have lyrics. Some would just have photos. You just like obsess over them. Just read along. And they used to have remember when the singles used to have the beat?
oh yeah, the instrumental with it,
Yeah,
and the
the
acapella.
And the acapella.
Yep.
And you would just like
Yep.
sing along to it.
Oh
and
my
just,
gosh.
I remember friends would just rap to it, freestyle
Yeah,
to that.
I got a lot of instrumentals.
Yeah.
A lot is having the vinyl and having that B-side. Because all the singles always had an acapella instrumental radio edit.
Oh,
dirty
yeah. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
on each side. Like,
Yeah. It was like $3, $4 at the wall.
get the white label, you good to go. What about you, bro?
Oh, man. I think early on, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Definitely. That's like, I will say my first albums, though, were the New Edition. You remember that white one? The New Edition album. It's like it was this white. I forget what it was called, but Still in Love.
Oh yeah. So I know the music. I just don't
Yeah.
know how the albums were back then.
Yeah, that song was on that album. Yeah, and then the Forever Boys to Men one, the big two. What was that? What? I forget the names. I just remember the images.
Yeah, but it was black. It almost looked like the Fugees.
Yeah.
What's the name? Right? The
It was
Fugees
like a
cover?
black and blue cover.
It was black. It wasn't black and gold.
The one I'm thinking of was just this Boys to Men with a big two.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was the one I got into first. Yeah, that was one of the early ones. Man, Nas,
I'm trying to think like
it
one
was
of the
written.
Yeah.
This was the Columbia House. That's how I got my first records. I did that Columbia House thing where you you get the
like
bundle and then nobody ever paid it.
1 cent, and you can pick out. That goes hand in hand with what we was talking about earlier.
They were stupid, man. They would send out the CDs without getting their money and just trust that you would pay it.
Yeah. You do payments, or you just had the one time you pay $1 and you get like 12 CDs, and it's
and
like,
then
what?
And then they'll like tack on a late fee on it.
Right.
Like, no, I'm not paying
Or the
$100.
shipping will be dumb high.
Yeah. That was so. What a weird business model.
Wow, I remember the freaking the first NERD album. Bro, I feel like
Was
that's
this
when
college?
my taste,
Was that like in college? Where do you think your taste formed?
I feel like probably college, late high school was when it started to change. It was always hip hop, but it went from what was on the radio to what was in the street. And like at that time, that's when Too Raw for the Streets and all the Philly DVDs and all that stuff was really, really thriving. But when that NERD album dropped, I was like, whoa.
It was different.
Yeah, that joint was super different.
Yeah, it was like not.
And I saw them in concert first.
Oh, word.
Before, yeah. So they were a part of the, my dad took me to go see Jay-Z. And this was when like State Property and like Rockefeller was like in its prime. So we went, this was at the Camden Tweeter Center at the time. I don't know what it's called now. But anyway, they, Jay-Z was the headliner, obviously, and NERD opened up for him. Bro, I could not believe how loud, like that. They were just, I've never heard a band that loud before.
Yeah, they are. That sound, they're just.
It was just disrespectful,
Yeah,
like
they push
gritty.
sounds.
It was raw, like, oh my gosh, it was so dope. And then we bought the album, and when the album reflected what it sounded like live, because a lot of people can't do that. You listen to it live, and it's like, yo, I love it. And then you get the CD, it's like, dang, I wish I had the live version because the live version was liver.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it sounded, it still gave you that emotion.
So, was that your first concert? One of your first crazy concerts?
I think my first concert was Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was my first concert. That was either my first or my second.
How old were you?
I feel like I was around 11, 13.
Jeez.
Like, yeah.
Destiny's Child at 11, 13. That's well, what kind of does
Bruh.
man, Beyonce?
Yeah.
I feel like even at that time, Beyonce always stood out.
Yeah.
Always stood out.
I'm like, she sung lead on almost every song.
It's just she's a beast.
But the look too, it definitely it was different back then. But that was when you remember 3LW. They opened up
702 SWV,
Yeah.
the whole gang. Yeah.
3LW opened up for him. I'm trying to think who else. Those was the two that like Nelly and the Saint Lunatics. You remember them?
No.
Well, you know who Nelly is.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But his squad and like all the people that was around him, they were called the Saint Lunatics. So yeah, they were a part of that show. Oh my gosh, they came out in freaking ATVs. Like that joint was crazy. That joint was wild.
Oh man.
What about you? What were some of your
Oh man, see,
First concerts.
man, some of my first concerts were Christian concerts actually, but
For real?
yeah, it was this Christian guitarist called Phil Keaggy. I don't know if you would know who he is, but the dude was tiny. He was like 4'11", and his hands were tiny. Like he's a small dude, like he's 4'11". But the guy would do the whole like looping and stuff like that. The dude used to do that with tape machines on stage.
On stage?
On stage with tape machines, and he would loop like, you know how like you click the hole and all that stuff, and then do like a harmonic arpeggio, you know, and then he'll loop that with tape and then like literally do it on stage. He was insane. And this was like, I don't know, like 92, 93 or something like that. Like a long time ago when I was like, you know, really young. And I remember seeing that and I was like, dang, people like that exist?
Yeah,
like,
that's next level. I never heard of somebody doing that live with tape.
Yeah. And so, yeah. But I did see Kanye live. Kanye, before he opened up for Usher.
Oh my gosh, he was an opener?
Yeah, when Kanye opened for Usher, I saw him. Dude, his stage lighting and everything. I was like, yo, that like 20 minutes was freaking hotter than most of Usher's entire show. I was like, because he had the huge screen, and he just the way he worked that screen with the graphics and everything like that. I remember thinking like, whoa, I've never seen anything like this. And he opened for Usher, who at the time, this is during Confessions. This is during the Confessions tour.
Oh, snap.
And so Usher was on fire.
Yeah, you couldn't say anything bad about Usher. Like, you still can.
Yeah.
But especially then.
Yeah.
Like,
Usher was the hottest thing in the world. Yeah, he was, man. But I mean, not comparing, but Kanye did his thing as an opener. And I was like, man, that's crazy. That's when like College Dropout came out, I think. It just came out fresh. Yeah. And then history happened.
That was such a wild era of music.
The music then is
It was the wild, wild west. Like, you had representation
from everywhere.
Yeah. So you never knew what was going to catch. Now it's kind of, you can see what's going to catch on radio.
Yeah.
Back, it was wild. Even like, just that lineup, Usher's the headliner and Kanye opens up. Imagine that show today.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening. That would be crazy though. Yo, you know what I would love?
What?
A Watch the Throne 2. That would be.
I thought Watch the Throne 1 was a lot of gas, bro.
You didn't like that? Really?
I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Well, I'll say back then I didn't. I haven't listened to it with the ears that I have now. So I may appreciate it different, but I ain't like it back then. I thought it was all gas.
Man, I just miss a rap album. That's what I think that's what it is. I just miss a good, no auto-tune, just rap. Just rap, man. Like, I just miss that, man. Like, dude, I was listening to
like a major project like that.
Yeah, just like you know, like there's too much singing going on. I mean, not to say you can't sing a little bit, you know.
That's because people don't want to hear rapidy rap stuff no more. I don't know why, but they don't. But I'm like, you got dudes that's coming out of what's the Bulls' names from Buffalo, New York? Griselda.
I had no idea, bro.
Oh my gosh, I gotta put you on.
You know, I'm in a cave.
I just got put on. So I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, so Styles P just dropped a new album. And I forget what the name of the song was, but everybody's talking about this song. And I'm seeing now why. The third verse, I don't even know Ball's name yet. Like, that's how fresh it is. But he has a catalog of stuff and he just raps.
Good.
And it's like, it brings that feel back. Like that early 2000s. Yeah. That 06, like that feel, but it's today's sound. Yeah,
I feel like that was the height of
it's
hip hop,
bothering me.
man.
Yeah,
That was like, in a way, the height of hip hop, you know? I don't know. Not to say that hip hop's on a decline or anything like that.
it's just different.
You know, yeah, just at the time for me, that was like, you know, like
Benny
Jordan
the Butcher
era.
is his name.
Benny
Benny
the
the
Butcher.
Butcher. Yeah,
Butcher. I gotta Google him.
yeah.
Yo,
Hydrate. Stay hydrated.
it's like the Jordan era, right? You can't. It's like I appreciate LeBron. I love his, but there was a magic to the Jordan era that I guess is lost today because with social media and you get to know so much about the celebrities that you know. I think it almost helped Jordan because at the time I didn't know he had a gambling problem. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Jordan was like the most lovable guy. He did Hanes commercials, you know, and like, you know, I don't know, but
he did freaking Space Jam. Like
sauce. Any sauce.
Secret sauce.
Any secret sauce you got to share for this week?
Yeah. So secret sauce, it's a technique I've been doing a lot. Like this past month, the throws. So I'm like, you'll hear this a lot. And it's a bunch of different types of throws you can do. So it's like distortion throws. You'll hear a lot delay throws, reverb throws, stuff like that. But freaking delay throws right now, oh my gosh, I'm loving them. Especially with that trick you showed me. So load up Echo Boy, right? They have the dual echo mode, and you can set up 2 delays to go at once at different times. Oh my gosh, you get like that. Yeah. After
Almost like a dotted feeling.
You know, and when you when you do that, just here and there, that's why it's called a throw. Yeah, really, I've been loving that. I've been doing that more to beat drops recently. Like, and I'm known to chop a beat up, but yeah, reverb throws and delay throws a lot.
I feel like that's a big trend these days in mixing. I feel like a lot of people are using big reverb throws. So what they'll do is I feel like they'll do a 1/8 pre-delay, like a pre-delay that's timed to the 1/8, or like a, you know what I mean? So that or a 30-second, and then so that literally right behind the word is a reverb version of that word. You know what I mean? Which I feel like is a nice little texture. I feel like a lot of people are doing that. So
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a great one.
What about you? Secret sauce.
Secret sauce, man. I would say the SPL Iron. Let's talk about that.
Oh,
man.
Yeah,
that joint is nice, man. Right?
I love that plugin.
Yeah. So the Plugin Alliance SPL Iron. If you don't have the Plugin Alliance subscription, if you have the Slate one, consider this one as well. You know what I mean? And as the replacement for the Slate one. Not to be one-sided on my review, but the PA one is just crazy compared to what it offers you sonically. And one of the plugins in the package is SPL Iron. The width knob, the mix knob. I mean, what I love about the Plugin Alliance stuff is everything has a mix knob. Everything has a mix knob because the thing is, no matter, why not?
Yeah, it's digital.
It's
so
digital.
Why not?
Why not? You know, and it's something that the analog gear can't do. You know what I mean? And yeah, the analog gear sounds great and stuff like that, but sometimes you want to be able to crunch one compressor and use it for the way it attacks and distorts,
right?
And just mix that in, you know, rather than have the whole thing be the compressed signal. You know, because you spend so much time mixing anyway. You know, sometimes we add the bus compressor on at post, and then it's like, oh, if it's just one kind of way, it ruins our whole entire mix anyway, right? So why not just have an option to just mix in that, you know? And so that's really SPL Iron, just the tone of that thing, the 3 knobs.
And it's so simple. It looks so complicated at first glance. But
it's easy.
It's so easy, yo.
It's like an LA2A basically as a bus compressor.
But with so much more flavor and so much like it. The way you can shape the colors, because you go to the 2A for what you know it for.
Yeah.
This one you can make it kind of what you want.
Yeah, and the low end is just bumping
And
on
what's
that
the
thing.
one knob on the bottom? The side chain
The
knob?
side chain. Yeah, you got side chain on that. So you can just let everything under 180, 220, 300, whatever you're feeling.
Yep, it goes all the way up to 2K.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's wild to think about. Like, you're going to side chain
Up to 2K?
up to 2K. Like, imagine going that high.
Hey, you could.
Yeah, you could.
You could get it. You know what? You could even sidechain that with like a kick drum and then put that on like a synth and get like a SPL iron gain reduction on a synth.
Oh, snap.
Use the attack knob and get that drum. Well, all right. That's just. But
No, that's a really good plugin.
yeah, it's a really great plugin.
The Plugin Alliance stuff, you put me on to them.
They're the best
The
plugins.
Black Box is another really good one.
Yeah.
I throw that on a lot.
Yeah, it's worth
A
it.
whole lot.
It's worth it to get the year subscription for that thing because we're
It's
just.
$200.
I feel like I'm only like an eighth through the plugins.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone through.
I
all of
find
them.
new stuff all the time.
Yeah, and it's like I gotta watch some more YouTube videos. Yeah, it's dope. What would you tell your younger self, Logic? If you had advice for your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Definitely bet on yourself and don't second guess it. When I was younger, oh my gosh, there was so many times where I should have took that leap of faith and just went all in on music. And I let so much stuff get in the way of that and second guessing, but maybe it's not going to work out. Though I knew it was, but even still, it's a possibility, like you get in your own head. So like if I could tell my younger self something like, get out your head, dog. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's it.
I love that.
What about your younger self?
Oh man, I think at 20, what I would want to hear at 20, early 20s, maybe just what I needed to hear was just be humble. That's the one. Be humble and be patient. Be way more patient. I feel like now I'm learning patience is a part of the recipe. It's not something that you can't get success without patience. Like it's integral to your success, you know? And I think that when I was young, I wanted everything to happen so fast. Now I'm looking back at it and I was like, man, as soon as I got patient, I started winning.
That's real.
For real though, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
And I started to see things bigger and I started to be like, you know, sometimes you just need to shut up, just do your work, drop your pride, and just keep going. And just know that it's going to pan out sooner or later. You know, just work hard and put your best into it and don't get upset. Because that's the thing, right? We get so impatient with our circumstance that we get upset, discouraged, and we take it out on the people around us, you know? And so being patient that's the one. And humble. Because your boy could use a dose of that every so often. Yeah. All right. So, well, till next time.
Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.